Yep.
Hey, this is David C. I'm the broker in charge of the brokerage. We're a full service residential real estate company, commercial real estate company. We're also business brokers. And I am so delighted and excited to be here with Deja Hunt. Deja, tell us what you do and how you do it so well.
Good morning. I'm Deja Hunt. I'm currently the Director of Membership and Assistant to the CEO. I've been at the association for 7 years this year, playing different roles and just kind of learning the ins and outs of the association.
Well, we appreciate all your hard work. And one thing I do as a broker in charge is I bring new agents into the world, into the business. And a lot of the same questions come up from time to time. And I thought it would be wonderful for you to walk us through, how do you start getting associated with the Charleston Trident Association of Realtors? And how do we really get some momentum for the agents that want to get on board and get started in their careers?
Awesome. So first thing, they definitely want to make sure their license is active with a active member of ours, meaning an office that is active and fully functional with MLS Access with us. Once they do that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Once they do that, they'll be able to go to our website, CHSMLS. And if you can see this interface here, this is strictly for our MLS, residential MLS. We have South Carolina MLS, and that is for commercial. And then we have CHSMLS, and that is for residential. So as a new agent, that agent would like to go to join here. And here is where we just talk a little bit about the association, what the cost would include. And if you scroll further down, we'll explain the fees. This first page always explains for a participant, and that's for a broker in charge. So as an agent or an assistant, they would scroll down, and if they're a salesperson, click I am a salesperson. And here's where you'll go to step 1 and complete the CHSMLS course that lets you gain MLS access. You will hear back from a MLS coordinator within the 24 hours of completing that course. If the agent is looking to gain SentriLock access, they would complete step 2 here. All courses are online. Once that course is completed, MLS would require a signed key lease agreement by the broker in charge, along with a $125 card leasing fee. So currently with COVID, we have deducted the fees for the SmartCard course. Right now it's $75, and that allows you to gain access to the Sentry Smart app. So you do not use a SentriCard for that. If you would like a SentriCard, that course would be $125. Starting April of next year, there will not be any SentriCards.
I noticed that everything's going to the app. The app is so easy to use.
Yes, and that's coming straight from SentriLock. So next year, we'll kind of be focusing more so on getting all of the agents and members over to the SentriLock app. But here's where you can begin both courses here. And of course, if you do have any questions, you can always contact or email CHSMLS support. We do have a support ticket system that we use for all incoming questions, inquiries regarding MLS and SentriLock as well. Even if we have any agents transferring, that is where they solely email the MLS support team and get all their questions and issues resolved.
So they come in here, they go to this website, and then they go through the joining process. And then if they want the SentriCard, now we talked about we're using the app, they also register here. All this can be done online, and then I'm sure they can pay you over the internet and not even have to come into the office to do this.
Yes, currently we do have appointments available for people that would like a physical SentriCard, and that's just an easy appointment. And I'll actually go over to our association website here, which is Charleston charlestonrealtors.com. And here's our interface about our member appointments. We do offer them 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays and Wednesdays 10 to 4, and Fridays 10 to 2. So you can always pop over to Charleston Realtors to just make an appointment, and you can purchase lock boxes, power paddles, any store items here.
Power paddles, that was a big one for me when I bought my own power paddle. Never again did I have to drive over and jump off a box, if you will. That was a great investment to have a power paddle as a company.
Right, I enjoy it. It's like a jump start for lock boxes, pretty.
Tables for lock boxes. That's great. Well, what else could you tell us that might be helpful? Because what I find is I find a lot of anxiety in new agents. They want it to just happen. Of course, we require in our company everybody to become a Realtor member, and so they've got a license. They're excited to get started. They already feel a little bit intimidated if they haven't worked in the business before. And so we always try to take away that anxiety by saying, here, take these steps so that you can create a little bit of momentum. But is there anything else that you could tell us that might be helpful to those agents that are just getting started with our association?
Yes. So, of course, after they complete the MLS course and SmartCard course, everyone would like to become a Realtor. So that is a different gear. So you'll go to our Charleston Realtors page here, and we will probably be changing up our website here in the future. So you would just toggle over membership in MLS and click on the words Realtor membership. And this will bring you to our Realtor membership page. So with COVID, we went ahead and moved our orientation to online. So everything is virtual. So of course, step 1 would be to complete our non-principal application here. And this is just all of your information along with office information. And with that application, there's a $150 application fee. And what this does is get you started on becoming a Realtor. So that application and application fee would be step 1. And once we do process the application, we do get back to you and your broker in charge. We always like to copy the broker in charge so they're in the loop since we're not live currently. And the next steps would be to pay the prorated 2021 Realtor dues. Right now for the month of February, they're looking at $451.25, and that's for the entire month. So each month, it kind of deducts. Realtor dues are $460 a year. And then once we have received the prorated dues, the agent's next step would be to complete the National Association of Realtors Code of Ethics. This is a requirement for all Realtor members. Currently, we're in cycle 6 for this year, and all Realtor members are required to complete Code of Ethics by December 21st of 2021. So once that's completed, that'll get that agent squared away for their Code of Ethics for that cycle. And then their last step would be to complete our Realtor orientation online. And with that, we send them a separate link once they've completed Code of Ethics. And it's maybe about 40 minutes or so, just explaining what the associations do. Because David, joining as a Realtor member, they're just not joining CTAR, they're joining the South Carolina Association and the National Association. So we kind of break down the 3-way agreement, explaining the different associations, our sponsors as well, and we have a safety video that is by a local cop here in Hanahan. So we kind of just took our live orientation and put it into virtual, which has been awesome. Just this month, we've had about 78 new members in a month. So it's been great feedback. But once they do complete that orientation online, they'll receive a welcome letter, as long as the broker in charge as well. And from there, they're pretty much Realtors. So at that, I would say it's about three to four long steps of MLS, SentriCard, and then the orientation process. And then once they're done with that, they're kind of on their way, and they're the Realtor members and have MLS access.
That's great. And I think even the public sometimes get confused on what the difference is between a real estate agent and what is a realtor member. And of course, in the industry, we know that a realtor is a whole different level of ethical training, and there's a whole different level of code of conduct and professionalism. And sometimes the public doesn't know that, especially now when we're working in an environment at the time of this recording where the market is extremely hot, inventory is very low, and you have a lot of people putting the for sale by owner signs in the yard. You can't fault people for doing that. I actually created a video that walks people through that if they're going to go that way, just to keep them safe. Because to your point, I remember from the physical orientation class, the police officer that was so kind to come in and teach that. And we forget about that. Sometimes putting the sign in the yard, there's a lot more to it than just putting the sign in the yard. Letting strangers in your house and not understanding how to show it and how to secure your valuables, and even if you have your own firearms, I think sometimes you don't understand what you're missing until you actually get in the training as a realtor, and you say, oh, I'm so glad I took this course, and it's really not that expensive. And then once you're into the National Association of Realtors with that relationship, you get all the benefit of the huge association behind it.
Right, absolutely. And that's another thing. With becoming a realtor, there are plenty of benefits as far as using zip forms, calling yourself a realtor, putting realtor logo on business cards, and gaining access to the legal hotline. I don't know if you know, but as of August of this year, we no longer handle any professional standards. That all goes to the state.
Wow.
So it's very important to have realtor benefits, because in order to gain access to the legal hotline, you are required to be a realtor member.
Oh, that's great. I've used that legal hotline so many times. It's the call I make when I'm doubting myself, just to validate, okay, I want to just make sure I do the right thing here. And I get comfort. And sometimes I call and they give me a different perspective, and it helps me, candidly, it helps me avoid disputes with other realtors, because we all just want to have a successful transaction. But instead of arguing a point, and you've got this resource that can keep everybody calm, cool, and collected to go through that transaction. And I just have found it to be a great wealth of information. I'm grateful that I have it. I really couldn't think about running my business without my forms, my zip forms. I would be intimidated to create all that stuff on my own, and also to not have the legal hotline. I think that's some of the key benefits I feel as a member.
Absolutely. And you can also access that here. We didn't take our professional standards link off, but it just directs you to Byron King, and their information is down here. So if any agent or realtor member, they do need that information, they can go to our website as well.
Yeah, they tell them program that in your phone from day one. It's very important. You never know when you might have a question, and a timely answer can really help your clients for sure.
Absolutely. And they are awesome. They answer an email quickly.
They do, for sure. And I like you know what I like the most about that is that when they tell you something, then they'll actually send you an email to reinforce what they told you. And that's just between you and them. That's not to be shared or held against someone, but it's a good, okay, that's exactly what we discussed. I understand. Right. It really helps you have a good next step.
Absolutely.
Well, is there anything else that we can enlighten folks with on this? And just to remind the people, if you're watching a recording, it's a lot of information that's come at you. She's done a wonderful job, but don't forget, you can pause the video and back it up and go to the stuff. That's what I have to do sometimes. I have to pause the video and say, I totally missed that. Especially when we got into the fees and all those things. Just back the video up and listen to it again, pause it, back it up, and then you'll have all the information. And then I'll put some notes together to follow up with this, so that wherever you're seeing this recording, there'll be some notes to help you.
Just trying to think. No, lock boxes, once they get their SentriCard, Lock boxes here at the association are $126, and we have plenty available. We keep them in stock. People buy by the box load or just buy one. It definitely is up to you as a member. But I think that's about it. And our contact us, definitely utilize this. Each department is on here along with our extensions. And I believe if you hover over our names, it'll take you to our email. Definitely utilize this. We get so many calls throughout the day, and since COVID, we're still working from home. Of course, with the 3 days that we're open, but most of the staff is still at home. So email and phone would definitely work best.
That's wonderful. And I see your contact information there. And what, if people are confused as to how they should reach out to you guys on what is the right person to reach out, if they just don't know who to direct the question to, is it better for them just to send a general email and then your team will put it to the right person? What's the best way for people to start that initial question?
Yes, that's fine. If they just send a general email at the bottom of that that page, we do have a contact form here. And this just goes to our general info at charlestonrealtors.com web email. That email does come to me, so they can email me at my Deja at charlestonrealtors.com or info at charlestonrealtors.com. Somebody will definitely be able to get in touch. And even if they do call the wrong extension, we definitely can get you over to the right person.
Great. Well, you guys are always so helpful. Thank you for that. And thank you for this recording today. It's going to really help my agents, and I hope it will help some other agents that want to get the momentum in their business. So thank you, Deja. I really can't thank you enough for your time today. Maybe we can do this again.
You're welcome. No problem. I enjoyed it, actually.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You as well, David. Thank you for having me.